Swiatek recovers against Keys to reach Madrid Open semis. Djokovic's conqueror Arnaldi earns another top 20 win, defeating 16th-seeded Tiafoe. Iga Swiatek kept her Madrid Open title defense alive as she avenged her Australian Open defeat to Madison Keys with a 0-6, 6-3, 6-2 win against the American in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Searching for her first title of the season, the second-seeded Swiatek recovered from a poor opening, set to improve her clean record on clay against Keys to 4-0 and reach a third consecutive Madrid semi-final. Keys knocked out the pole on her way to a maiden Grand Slam title in Melbourne 3 months ago and seemed to have cracked the Swiatek code when she handed her a bagel in the first set on Wednesday. But Swiatek, who was contesting a 17th consecutive quarterfinal on clay, cut down on her errors and struck back to book a last-four clash with Coco Gauff or Mira Andreeva. "It was one of the weirdest matches I played," said Swiatek on court. "Maddie was playing perfectly at the beginning. I just tried to play a bit shorter, put the ball in. I just stayed in there." Swiatek is famous for dishing out 6-0 sets, and it was unusual for the five-time Grand Slam champion to be on the receiving end of one. "It didn't feel good. At least it's fast, but that's the only positive thing," she said. Swiatek had a frustrating start to the match, going down a triple break 0-5 on a loose forehand that could have been an easy winner into the open court. The second seed trailed by a set in under 30 minutes and went off court for a toilet break to reset. The script was flipped in the second set as Swiatek sailed to a 5-1 lead, but she couldn't close out the frame at the first time of asking, as Keys got one of the breaks back and narrowed her deficit to 3-5. Swiatek didn't falter on her second chance and successfully held serve in Game 9 to level the contest and force a decider. Up to this point, the players never showcased their A game at the same time, but the third set was a different story, as Swiatek and Keys both stepped things up. It was Swiatek who drew first blood, breaking for a 3-2 advantage, and the 23-year-old pounced again in Game 7 to advance. Meanwhile, on Arnaldi Sanchez Stadium, Novak Djokovic's conqueror Matteo Arnaldi earned multiple top 20 wins in one event for the first time by knocking out 16th-seeded France's Tiafoe 6-3, 7-5 to move into the Madrid quarterfinals. The Italian World No. 44 will take on Jack Draper or Tommy Paul for a place in the Final Four.